A story that sounds simple on the surface, but cuts deeply when we hear it. A parable that reveals the condition of the human heart and the patience of God. A moment where Jesus speaks truth that is impossible to ignore. In Mark 12, 1-12, Jesus tells what is known as the parable of the tenants, or the story of the vineyard owner and the wicked tenants. This parable is spoken in the hearing of the religious leaders, just after they had questioned his authority. They wanted to trap him, they wanted to discredit him, but instead, Jesus reveals the truth about the relationship between God and his people, and he exposes the rejection at the heart of unbelief. Jesus begins with a picture that would have been immediately familiar to those listening. He speaks of a vineyard. In the ancient world, a vineyard was more than a farm. It represented blessing, provision, identity, stability, and inheritance. In Scripture, the vineyard is a frequent symbol for Israel, God's chosen people, planted, cared for, and treasured by him. Jesus says, "A man planted a vineyard, put a wall around it, dug a pit for the winepress, and built a watchtower." Every detail in this description is intentional. The vineyard owner did everything necessary for flourishing. He planted it with care. He protected it with a wall. He prepared it for fruitfulness with a winepress. He watched over it with a tower. There was no lack, no neglect, no shortage of provision. The vineyard was a gift and a responsibility. Then Jesus continues. He rented the vineyard to tenants and went to another place. This is the relationship between God and his people. God creates, blesses, provides, and entrusts. Human beings are not owners, we are stewards. What we have is not ours, it is given. Life itself is gift. Our time, our abilities, our opportunities, they are entrusted to us, not possessed by us. And this parable asks us a question. How do we respond to what God has given? In the parable, when the harvest season came, the owner sent a servant to collect his share of the fruit. The expectation was simple, gratitude expressed through faithfulness. But instead, the tenants beat the servant and sent him away empty-handed. The owner sends another servant. They strike him as well. He sends another. They kill him. One after another, the servants are rejected, abused, or destroyed. The servants in the story represent the prophets. Throughout Israel's history, God sent prophet after prophet, not to condemn, but to call his people back to him, to remind them of his love, to warn them of the danger of hardness of heart, to redirect them toward truth. But many prophets were rejected, mocked, imprisoned, exiled, or killed. Not because the message was unclear, but because the human heart resisted surrender. The people wanted the blessings of God, but not the authority of God. They wanted the vineyard without the owner. And then Jesus speaks a line that changes everything. He had one left to send, a beloved son. The parable shifts from history to destiny. The servants were the prophets, but the son is Jesus himself. God does not just send a message. He sends his heart. He sends his son, the one who reflects his nature, the one through whom all things were created, the one who comes not as a messenger only, but as the rightful heir of the vineyard. Jesus says, the owner said, "They will respect my son." The heart of God is seen in those words. God's intention is always relationship, not force. He does not coerce obedience, he invites love. He opens the door of grace again and again. He is patient beyond human understanding. But the tenants say to one another, "This is the heir. Come, let us kill him, and the inheritance will be ours." So they seize him, kill him, and throw him out of the vineyard. This is the cross foretold. The leaders listening know exactly what Jesus is saying. He is telling them that they are the tenants who are about to reject and kill the Son of God. They are not ignorant. They are not neutral. They are choosing to reject the rightful king in order to protect their claim to power. The heart of sin is not ignorance. It is rebellion. Sin is wanting God's gifts, but not God's rule. Wanting blessing, but refusing surrender. Wanting the vineyard, but rejecting the owner. Then Jesus asks the question that follows naturally. What will the owner of the vineyard do? He answers, he will come and destroy those tenants and give the vineyard to others. This is not vindictiveness. This is justice. When what is entrusted is forcibly stolen, when what is offered is violently refused, when the giver is rejected, judgment is the final expression of truth. But Jesus does not end there. He quotes a scripture they knew well. The stone the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. In ancient building practice, the cornerstone was the foundational stone upon which the entire structure was aligned. If the cornerstone was rejected, the building could not stand. Jesus is the cornerstone. He is the foundation on which life must be centered. To reject him is to build on sand. The religious leaders realized that Jesus told this parable about them, and they look for a way to arrest him. They have the evidence they want, but still they do not act, because they fear the crowd. Fear, not truth, shapes their decisions. This is the tragedy of hardened hearts. They know the truth but refuse it. They hear the voice of God but silence it. They see the Son of God but turn away. Now we step back and consider what this parable means for us today. First, God is generous. He gives life. He provides purpose. He entrusts gifts, opportunities, and responsibilities. The vineyard is a picture of the life we live. We did not make it. We received it. We are tenants, not owners. The question is not, do I have enough? But what am I doing with what I have been given? Second, God is patient. He does not react quickly in anger. He sends servant after servant. He gives chance after chance. He calls gently, firmly, persistently. Some of us today are not hearing God for the first time, but the 10th. Some of us have been resisting him for years. Yet still he calls. Still he waits. Still he invites. Third, rejection of God is not always loud. Sometimes it is quiet. Sometimes we reject God simply by ignoring him, by living as if the vineyard is ours, by seeking to control our own lives without asking what God desires. We do not have to say no God out loud to reject him. We reject him when we do not surrender. Fourth, Jesus is the Son who came not to condemn, but to restore. The gift of the Son is the highest expression of God's love. And to accept Jesus is not merely to agree with his teachings, it is to surrender to his authority. To say, my life is not my own, my gifts are not my own, my time is not my own, all belongs to you. Fifth, the cornerstone holds everything together. When Jesus is the center, life aligns. When he is not, life fractures. Peace comes when the building rests on the right foundation. So the question this parable leaves us with is not about theology, it is about ownership. Who owns your life? Who directs your decisions? Who shapes your priorities? Who guides your relationships, your time, your identity, your purpose? The invitation of Jesus is not to add him into your life, but to build your life upon him. To stop renting God a space in your schedule and instead surrender the vineyard to the rightful owner. This is not a call to fear, it is a call to freedom. Because the vineyard thrives only under the care of the owner. The soul thrives only under the care of God. If you feel God calling you today, do not resist. Do not delay. Do not push away the gentle voice of his Spirit. Surrender not out of force, but out of trust. Surrender not because you are weak, but because he is good. Surrender not to lose yourself, but to finally find life. Thank you for watching this message. If it touched your heart, please like the video, follow the channel, and share it so others may also be encouraged. May the peace of Christ guide your steps, and the love of God guard your heart always.